What about Hastings?
Hastings?
That great Queen of the Skies.
Yeah, until one dropped out. Look at various jobs that men and women did in the 60s in the RAF. The new men. I look at the training of ground crew and technicians at RAF Holton and Hereford. And then the last one, Africa, Comet, Changi slip to, supplier in the RAF, timepiece, lightnings, tomorrow, survival school, jump action, people jumping out of airplanes, stupid git, and graduating into the RAF in 1969. So do you want the first one?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
A Vulcan bomber like this one shortly will be under their control, an aircraft built to preserve the heritage that is Britain's.
Their king and country, as the yeomanry, now nearly complete, will certainly be soon employed. The character of these fighting men is too well known to need any comment. Officers, they have invariably met the enemy and defeated them. At home, they are in every quarter the favourites. Punishment is totally unknown, whilst every possible indulgence is granted. A soldier's life in this corps is a continued series of pleasure. God save the King. That's how they set it on recruiting posters in 1789, long before the aeroplane was ever dreamed of. Today the Air Force puts it differently.
Responsible, intelligent young men, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Behave accordingly. We expect a lot, and the standard you have to achieve during the 6 months you're here is high. You can leave camp at any time you're not on duty, but most of you will find you need to study in the evening. Your NCOs, officers, and myself are always available to help you if you have any problems or there's anything you don't understand.
P equals F over A. Therefore, a pressure is equal to 8,000 pounds over 3 square inches,
And this waveform will sweep the test nostrils through a range of frequencies.
Then as the air passes through the compressor, we get a pressure rise. What happens as the air passes through the divergent shape of the compressor outlet? Hocking.
Pressure and temperature continues to rise.
Correct.
Infinity, please. This morning, our lecture is on Air Force law. Why do you think we need another set of laws? I want you to take this down. A, it enables an exact discipline to be enforced. And B, it ensures that crimes and offences are brought to a more speedy and exemplary punishment than is allowed by civil law.
We said you had dirty brasses on seal and specs this morning. Why?
But they weren't dirty. I cleaned them last night.
You clean last night what?
Corporal.
When I say they're dirty, they're dirty. You report to me tonight at 6 o'clock when your brasses are clean. Understand?
Yes, Corporal.
Carry on. What we said? Dismiss yourself quickly. Double yourself.
So you think it's a good idea to marry a girl you hardly know?
Look, what's the good of talking like that? She's Linda. What's wrong with her?
I wouldn't know.
Golf Whiskey Alpha 9, I have a suspected hydraulic leak, no brake pressure, I have 35 minutes fuel, and I request immediate diversion to the nearest entry fluid.
I've got it. Golf Whiskey Alpha 9, this is Akrotiri. You are 30 miles northeast of Akrotiri. Head 240 degrees at 15,000 feet, and you are clear for priority landing, over.
Golf Whiskey out.
From Air Ministry to Uphaven, which receives and implements the instructions transmitted to them. Lynham, one of the strategic bases from which aircraft of Transport Command leave England on scheduled routes, which take in places as far afield as Nairobi, Singapore, and Adelaide, Australia. 700-foot-long runways. Gan is 600 miles southwest of Ceylon and 2,000 from Singapore. It has the latest navigation aids and can support round-the-clock operations. Believed to have been inhabited for 700 years, the island is 6.5 miles long and 10 miles wide. A kingpin, and in times of emergency, it could well play its part in the fulfillment of Britain's obligations under the Southeast Asia Treaty Organization. Night falls on the tropical island of Gan. And when night falls back in England, RAF Lynham is still going strong. It says...
This is the briefing room of one of our V bomber stations, where the crew of a Valiant are getting the final details of a carefully planned exercise from the wing commander.
Lies a cluster of coral islands, from Maldives. As the sun rises, the Maldivians, on their way to work, pass through the barrier reef to the hot, humid island of Gan. This island, 1.5 miles by half a mile and just above sea level, is a staging post for the Comets and Britannias that in 24 hours stride in 4 great hops from Britain to Singapore.
Golf, Papa November.
Can approach. This is Mike, Oscar, Golf, Papa November. Golf, Papa November. Requesting further jet bearing. Requesting further jet bearing.
Papa November, stand by. No, that's not it.
Papa November, change on VHF to channel left. Repeat channel left.
Roger.
Papa November, transmit again.
Can approach. Requesting further check bearing.
No, it's no good. Mike Papa November, this is GAN. Negative bearing, equipment unserviceable. Blast. It's the main CRDF out of the hatch. Get on the ground radio, will you?
Listen. Some comments of Transport Command. The veteran Hastings, the Shackles, jet fighters, sea bombers and Beverleys, all serviced and maintained on this tropical island. In this command, some 7,000 Royal Air Force men, with their wives and children, spent 2.5 years in unrivaled surroundings of comfort and climate.
Hi, Nobby! Hi, Dave! Up the bucket! Get lost!
Hey, Shirley! Hello, Shirley. You seen Robbie Clark around?
No, I haven't. He's not been yet.
Thanks.
That's a bloody Comet 2. That never went to jam. Comet 2? Yeah. No, the 4. It didn't have the range.
No, the range comes to Singapore.
We only ever did Aquateer in Malta.
Ground radio. Sorry to ring it again. Yeah? That's my wife's flight from the UK. Still, how's it going? Been at it all day. I don't seem to have got anywhere.
Where was he? Go.
Ready, Johnny? Here, Johnny. Look us up if you ever get out to Singapore.
Oh, you bet.
Come on, lad!
What's our ETA at Changi? 1800 hours. 6 p.m. local. Good. Why?
Apologise, I haven't got the gavel this year, I've got to bring it with me.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, okay, fine again. Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to this year's annual AGM. Turn the mic on.
Microphone's not working.
Who wants to stand? Put it to my door. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Fantastic. Right, start again. Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to this year's annual general meeting of the Royal Air Force Blanket Association. On behalf of the committee, I'd like to thank you for your attendance here today. I'd also like to thank you once again for giving me the opportunity to serve as the secretary. Before we go any further, let me ask you firstly to please ensure your mobile phones are turned off, or at least on silent. And secondly, I'd like to remind you of the exits in the building and the assembly area in the middle of the fire.
Anybody know Jim?
No.
No? Oh, there you are. I won't bother keeping his picture on the screen then.
Which one's you?
Yeah, which one?
Hey?
Where have we gone? Hang on. What is going on? There are a number of anomalies in the pack that I left for you. The list of attendees is certainly not correct by any means, as some of you probably realise already. Purely and simply, what's happened over the last 2 weeks or so is had a lot of people cancel on us, and new people as well come forward and wanted to join us for this reunion. So the printing unfortunately had to be carried out in the middle of August because I was away and the printer was away as well, so we did it a bit early, which just goes to show that you can't rely on a boy entrant. Right,
Right, gentlemen, we move on to Treasurer's report. As I said earlier, Ozzy's not here, so I've been asked to present it. Now, I cannot answer any questions on it, because all I've got is the actual report.
Good afternoon, gents. Good to be with you all again this year. Current membership, full members, 877. That's those members who have paid their full subs of £10 for 2019. That's 185 down on last year's membership. But, you know, as I've said before, I think we all agree that membership is bound to fall even further during the last year of our association.
Good afternoon, everybody. As you know, I took over from Tom to do the last 5 newsletters. I'm plodding on with 79 at the moment. I do hope you like the content and the way things are being presented. You can put that away, Mr. Green. I'm watching you. For the final newsletter, I'm looking at doing a sort of a souvenir type issue, looking back at boy entrants, where they train, how they train, etc. So if anybody's got any anecdotes or anybody knows any trainings of the satellite stations, I'll be very grateful to receive some information. If you still want something to go into 79 and 80, keep your articles small, 2 pages, because I'll have to abridge them anyway, or cut them down and try and keep the context of what is actually there. I will do that. I'm keeping within budget as laid down by Tom. I'm liaising with Tom, so I do have a contact with Tom, and he helps me out, okay? And apart from that, I don't think there's anything else I can say.
We've got a minor operation back in March. We got some sort of MRSA bug, which meant that he couldn't drive for 5 months. He was signed off by his specialist, only to find out the following week that he had a problem with his eyes, that for some reason his eyes are not draining and he's got too much pressure looking up behind him, so he's currently almost half blind. He goes in for an operation next week. We'll keep our fingers crossed that it's going to be okay. So there's no report from him, because he can't see the screen to do it. Dave.
In fact, was this still on, yes?
Yeah.
In fact, part of my report's already been talked about, but I can reiterate it and just confirm. unfortunately, a couple of things have come up. I've got a preamble, if you want, before my report. Pete Mitchell. Is Pete here? No? He's not. He isn't? All right. Because he was looking to get introduced to, is it Dave Bramwell from over from Oz? Yeah. Dave's here.
Yeah, I did.
You have seen
met Pete at lunch.
That's brilliant. Yeah. That's brilliant. It's just that for all the years Pete's been coming, he's yet to meet another 42nd air radar. He's just found one. Canada, to the Eric Robertson, 14th entry. Eric's there. Eric needs a lift to Cosford on Sunday, guys, and then a lift up to.
How do you bring it to Cosford?
And up to the mess.
Yep. Yep.
There we are. Can I get you in touch? Brilliant. Eric, Rayman's going to do it. That's brilliant. Thank you very much indeed.
See you all.
Put him to your lips.
Hello. Hello. Nice to see you all. If you stay awake a little while longer, I'll rattle through this. Due to the expected closure of the association next year, stocks of merchandise are now being run down, and once depleted will not be replaced. As you've been advised in the newsletter and on the website, it would be a great help that if you wish to place orders by post, you telephone me or email me first to confirm that there are stocks available. That obviously saves me the bother of returning checks and the association the expense of posting return checks. As for the close,
he did send me his report. I'm going to read it verbatim. My sincere apologies for not being able to be with you today because of my health problems. And he wrote this before he had the relapse, by the way. Most of you know that regretfully my illness last year has prevented my active role as your chaplain. I am therefore deeply indebted to the committee for the active support throughout. And I don't like reading this, but he said I must read it. He said, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to them, and especially to Graham. Sorry, Graham, don't feel embarrassed. He put me through on my condolences of the officers. So following the request for volunteers at the last AGM, the committee co-opted Mike Lamb, 54th, as the newsletter editor pending ratification at this year's AGM. Unless there are any further nominations for the position, can I ask that the members present are willing to ratify that appointment and his re-election for the coming year by a show of hands? All those in favour? Any against?
No volunteers.
No volunteers. Can I have a proposer, please? John Collins? Dave Green? Thank you.
Yes, I was. Yeah, I think there was a couple of months.
Good evening again. I apologise for the fact it's taken so long to get here, but I'll be as quick as I can. First of all, can I apologise for the fact that Mel's not here. He's on his 50th wedding anniversary cruise, and his wife wouldn't let him come. As usual with our traditional welcomes, from Canada, Eric Robertson, 14th, Cosford. From Spain, Tony Oliver, 41st, Cosford. From Belgium, Robert Deeks, 35th, Cosford. From France, Joe Perry, 32nd, Cosford. And of course, as usual, from Jersey, senior boy John Jersey Hayes, 19th, Cosford.
Graham was telling me about hair, and I think hair, you know, I mean, to start with, Graham should be talking about hair, but I think hair is a generational thing, and this is the next theme of what I'm about to talk about. And I need to step over here a bit. I need to go and stand next to somebody who's got a haircut like someone at the Beatles. And Graham pointed him out. I'm going to stand right next to him here.
I'm going to follow that speech, so I'm sorry if it's really bad. Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for inviting me to this meal. It's an absolute honour. It was only after I was asked and agreed to do this speech that I remembered how terrible I was at public speaking. So if I stumble a bit, I apologise. I'm beyond thrilled to be the recipient of the Boys Entrant Eagle. I was first told about receiving the award by the OC at the Red Arrows. He actually called me to go see him in his office, which naturally terrified me. The only reason you ever go to his office is if you've done something really amazing or something